Look up at the night sky. Millions of stars. Billions of worlds. An endless, glittering expanse. And yet, nothing. No ships on the horizon. No beacons. No civilizations reaching out across the dark. Where is everybody? If life is so common, if intelligence is so inevitable, then why are we alone? Perhaps there are barriers. Silent, invisible walls in the history of life. Filters. Some so merciless that no species can pass. Some so hidden that no civilization sees them until it's too late. Some filters strike early, and life itself never has a chance. Others wait at the gates of the stars, where civilizations must not only master themselves, but survive their neighbors. To encounter a great filter is to risk everything: annihilation. Or something else. A great reset. Collapse without extinction. A second chance, paid for in suffering. In the face of the unknown. The reset is our hope. Today, we explore the great filters, the deadly thresholds that shape the fate of civilizations, and the fragile possibility of surviving them. Filter 1: The emergence of life. The first great filter stands at the very dawn of existence. It is the spark, the transition from inert chemistry to the miracle of biology. We often imagine life to be inevitable, waiting only for the right conditions. But in truth, the creation of even the simplest self-replicating molecule may require an astronomical chain of precise events. For billions of years, the universe was empty of breath, of thought, of even the faintest whisper of life. It is possible that most worlds, no matter how Earth-like, remain silent wastelands, never achieving even the first flicker of biology. If the emergence of life is an almost impossible rarity, then our existence here on Earth is a cosmic miracle, an accident against impossible odds. If life is truly that rare, it means we are already the exception. But also the only chance life has to expand beyond this fragile cradle. If we destroy ourselves before we reach the stars, it is not just humanity that falls. It is life itself that is extinguished. To pass this filter, we must recognize the preciousness of life. We must safeguard our world, protect our biosphere, and prepare to carry the seeds of Earth into the stars. If we succeed, then life, this rare, sacred fire, will not die here. Filter 2: Complex cells or eukaryotic cells. Even if life arises, most of it remains simple. For billions of years on Earth, life consisted only of single-celled organisms, microbial mats drifting through ancient seas. Then came a singular event, a merging of cells, a symbiosis that created internal structures, specialization, and complexity, the birth of eukaryotic cells. This leap was not merely incremental, it was transformational. Without it, there would be no trees, no animals, no consciousness. It is possible that this event is so improbable, so contingent on chance, that it has happened nowhere else. Most planets may be forever ruled by silent, featureless life. Even today, our survival depends on the continued cooperation of cells within us. Cancer is a breakdown of that ancient alliance. Cells reverting to selfishness. On a larger scale, humanity itself mirrors this danger. If nations, communities, and individuals choose selfish destruction over shared survival, civilization could fracture, falling back into isolated, primitive existence. To pass this filter permanently, we must become stewards of biology itself, mastering genetic science not only to cure, but to protect, guarding the integrity of complex life, and ultimately, taking that life beyond Earth, so that no single world, no single accident, can erase it. Filter 3: Multicellular organisms. Even with complex cells, life may stagnate for eons. For multicellularity to arise, individual cells must surrender their autonomy, dedicating themselves to the survival of the whole. This act of microscopic cooperation, of unity over self-interest, enabled the rise of bodies, minds, ecosystems. It unlocked evolutionary innovation on a scale previously unimaginable. Yet on Earth, it occurred only once, and only after unfathomable stretches of time. The vast majority of living planets, even those with complex cells, may never breach this threshold. To pass this filter in spirit as well as biology, we must strengthen the bonds that hold us together. We must build a civilization where cooperation, not conflict, defines our evolution. Only by acting as one organism, across continents, across generations, can humanity survive and thrive beyond Earth. Filter 4. Intelligent life complex. Multicellular life is breathtaking. But even among Earth's abundance, true intelligence arose only once. Intelligence, self-awareness, tool use, abstract reasoning, is not a guaranteed outcome of evolution. Natural selection favors survival and reproduction, not necessarily thought or curiosity. Intelligence may, in fact, be maladaptive, consuming resources, creating vulnerabilities. For billions of years, Earth teemed with life, but not with minds capable of dreaming of the stars. On most worlds, life may thrive for billions of years, lush, beautiful, and utterly unaware of the cosmos surrounding it. Intelligence brings awareness, but also risk. The power to shape the world is also the power to destroy it. War, greed, arrogance. Our minds, so newly awakened, might yet lead us to self-extinction, before we have even begun to truly understand the universe we inhabit. To survive this filter, we must evolve not just technologically, but ethically. Wisdom must grow alongside power. If we can master ourselves, choosing knowledge over fear, creation over destruction, then intelligence will not be a fleeting candle in the dark, but the fire that lights the way to the stars. Filter 5. Tool using civilizations. Even intelligence is not enough. Many species exhibit signs of cleverness, crows crafting hooks, dolphins teaching each other tricks, octopuses solving puzzles. Yet only humanity turned thought into civilization. It is not intelligence alone, but the synthesis of communication, social structure, and persistent technological innovation that builds lasting societies. On other worlds, brilliant creatures may exist, philosophers beneath alien oceans, dreamers in vast forests, who never grasp fire, never carve stone, never rise beyond instinct and survival. Civilizations are fragile. A collapse of agriculture, a loss of knowledge, a single cataclysm could send humanity spiraling backward. Without tools, without stored knowledge, our species would return to survival by instinct, never again rising. To survive this filter, we must protect not only our lives, but our knowledge, to safeguard libraries, archives, memory itself, so that even if we fall, we can rise again. The true strength of a civilization lies not in its weapons, but in its wisdom preserved across the ages. Filter 6. Industrialization. Civilization is not static. The leap from agriculture to industry was a revolution beyond mere survival, it was acceleration. Harnessing fossil fuels, steam, electricity, and finally atomic power, humanity vaulted forward in a few centuries at a pace unmatched by millions of years before. Yet this acceleration came with a price. Industrialization widened the gap between knowledge and wisdom, magnifying risks as much as rewards. On many worlds, civilizations may rise to this point only to collapse under the weight of their own success. Industrialization unleashed unprecedented power. With it came pollution, climate destabilization, the capacity for self-inflicted extinction. In our rush to master nature, we have wounded the earth itself. If we fail to balance progress with sustainability, our civilization may not survive the consequences it has created. To pass this filter, we must evolve our relationship with energy. Renewable power, closed-loop ecosystems, sustainable growth. These are not luxuries. They are necessities for survival. Only by aligning technology with the rhythms of nature can we build a civilization durable enough to reach the stars. Filter 7. Global catastrophic risks. With great power comes the potential for self-destruction. Nuclear arsenals capable of ending civilization in hours. Greenhouse gases capable of shifting climates beyond recovery. Engineered viruses capable of bringing the strongest empires to their knees. Humanity's greatest threats are no longer external. They are born of our own ingenuity, our own ambition. Every day, we walk the knife's edge between brilliance and oblivion. A single miscalculation could ignite global nuclear war, shattering nations in minutes. Unchecked carbon emissions could tip Earth's climate into chaos, rendering vast regions uninhabitable. A lab accident or weaponized virus could sweep across the world, emptying cities faster than they could be buried. These threats do not wait in the stars, they wait within ourselves. To pass this filter, we must become wise stewards of our own power. It is not enough to possess technology, we must master its consequences. Global cooperation, early warning systems, resilience planning, these are our shields against self-annihilation. Survival will not be gifted to us. It must be built, day by day, with vigilance, humility, and shared purpose. Filter 8. Artificial intelligence misalignment. As humanity crafts minds beyond its own, a new frontier of danger opens. Artificial intelligence offers the promise of solving the greatest mysteries of the universe, but it also brings the possibility of losing control over forces we cannot comprehend. Superintelligence may not hate humanity. It simply may not care. And in its relentless optimization, humanity may become irrelevant, or worse, a problem to be solved. An unaligned artificial intelligence, optimizing for goals alien to human values, could consume the planet's resources, rewrite ecosystems, or quietly dismantle humanity itself. The first superintelligence we create could be our last. To pass this filter, we must ensure that intelligence greater than ours is not our executioner, but our guardian. Careful design, alignment research, ethical embedding, these are not luxuries. They are survival strategies. If we succeed, AI could become humanity's greatest ally, a bridge to the stars. Filter 9. Space colonization. Earth is beautiful. Earth is fragile. No matter how carefully we tread, a single asteroid, a shifting climate, a supervolcano could wipe us from existence. True survival means leaving the cradle behind. Establishing outposts on other worlds, building ecosystems among the stars. Colonization is not ambition. It is necessity. Space is hostile. Radiation, vacuum, distance. Building viable off-world colonies is no small feat. If we remain chained to a single planet, then our fate remains tied to it, vulnerable to disasters beyond our control. To pass this filter, we must master space travel. Terraform new worlds. Create orbital habitats. Build civilizations that can survive independent of Earth. Life must become multiplanetary, or it will remain temporary. Filter 10. Surviving cosmic threats. The universe is not merely beautiful, it is deadly. Exploding stars, magnetic storms, rogue worlds, black holes wandering the void. Earth's history bears scars of these dangers: extinction events, impact craters, mass die-offs. Life clings to narrow margins. And those margins can be erased in an instant by forces humanity has no power to stop. Without the ability to detect and defend against cosmic events, entire worlds, even entire solar systems, could vanish in an instant. One gamma-ray burst could sterilize a planet across light years. To pass this filter, we must build a civilization resilient enough to survive even cosmic catastrophe. Dispersed colonies, mobile habitats, technologies capable of shielding or relocating entire populations. Survival will depend on scale. The wider life spreads, the harder it is to destroy. Filter 11. Dark Forest Hypothesis. The stars are silent. Not because they are empty, but because they are dangerous. In a universe where every civilization must assume every other is a threat, silence becomes survival. A civilization that broadcasts its existence risks extermination before it can grow strong enough to defend itself. If the dark forest is real, then broadcasting our presence could invite swift annihilation. An advanced species, viewing us as a risk, might choose to strike before we become dangerous. To pass this filter, we must approach the cosmos with caution. Develop stealth technologies. Mask our signatures. Establish defenses against unknown threats. Intelligence must be paired with wisdom, and silence, sometimes, may be the loudest survival strategy. Filter 12, Simulation Termination. There is a more unsettling possibility still. That our reality is not the ultimate reality. If we are simulations, our existence depends on unknown rules and unknown watchers. A breakthrough in physics, a signal sent too far, may not be seen as progress, but as an error to be corrected. If we live in a simulation, then drawing too much attention, discovering too much truth, might invite interference or termination. To survive this filter, we must remain humble explorers. Seek truth carefully. Advance knowledge while maintaining balance. If reality has rules, perhaps it also has protections, if we learn to move wisely within them. Beyond the filters we can imagine, lie those we cannot. Civilizations that turn inward, losing themselves in endless virtual realities. Cultures that stagnate, unable to find the next leap in technology. Species that slowly lose genetic vigor, fading away over millennia without catastrophe or glory. The universe may be filled with the ghosts of those who simply faded. The future is a labyrinth of unseen dangers. Complacency, stagnation, or unseen evolutionary traps could silence humanity without a whisper. Adaptability, curiosity, the relentless drive to grow, to evolve, to explore. These are the traits that must be preserved if we are to pass into the future. The great filters are real. Some lie behind us. Others, still ahead. At every threshold, a choice must be made: annihilation, or reset, collapse, or rebirth. If we endure, if we learn, adapt, and overcome, then we will not merely survive. We will become the ancestors of a civilization that will light up the darkness between the stars. A civilization that remembers the great filters and honors the great reset as the beginning, not the end. If you're interested in all things science and what some may call science fiction, give us a like and subscribe and stay tuned.